We work with what we have. That involves using remnant fabric. There's this whole middle market of leftover fabric from the huge factories where they do assemble clothing and apparel, but it's all upcycled. We don't put in orders for new fabric, we work with what we have. So that's everything from our t-shirts, to our bags, to our totes, taking the waste, making something new out of it. For our accessories, we had to get a little bit more creative. Everyone drives the Moto. Tire is such a durable material. Instead of just letting it burn or throwing it in a waste dump, we buy it and we clean it, and we make everything from wallets to belts to eyeglasses cases, all sorts of these functional everyday products that people can incorporate into their life. We have two partner organizations that run these rugby programs. Once these rugby balls are done, they're deflated, they're too old, they can't be kicked around anymore. To kick a rugby ball? I'm not athletic, so I don't know. And we make, so far, wallets and keychains and pencil cases. What are the materials we can find, and how do we make a very commercial product out of that and not make it look like trash? Once we hit transformation from these cast-off materials, that's just so cool. New products are just so accessible in so many countries where I and a lot of our customers are from. You know, we've got this very disposable culture. T-shirts for $5. You know, I understand what it's like to be on a budget. They just want to pop into some fast fashion and have something that's on trend. But when people do visit our shops and they see this sort of sustainable life cycle that, no, you don't have to throw everything away once it's got a hole in it. We can actually use that and make something completely new and different. Hopefully it'll allow people to place a little bit more value on things that are made by hand and they're not just mass-produced, and they'll really get them thinking about how things are made, what is the supply chain, what conditions are they made in, how are the people being treated. No matter where you are in the world, there are materials that are prepared to be discarded. There's a supply chain that people just aren't looking at, but it exists. Simultaneously, there's also this group of very creative individuals who have these skills, who know how to work with these cast-off materials. It's not some rarefied theory of sustainability that you have to be in a very specific focal point to access. It's everywhere, and anyone can really participate in taking part in a more sustainable lifestyle, whether it's your own personal life and just repairing what you have, or looking at new ways to use existing materials. If you're used to living in a culture where everything is disposable and you're just sort of conditioned to follow these trends that by a business plan do change every cycle, but if people can start to think about how and why you incorporate things into your life, making it more of a personal reflection of you than just a seasonal trend, I think that would be so great. It's nice to actually see that people are forming this emotional response, because shopping is an emotional response. They see something, not necessarily because they love the backstory. Primarily people buy things because they like it, because it's pretty, because they want it in their life. And the fact that we are actually able to use these cast-off materials, transform them in a certain way, and people are still forming that emotional love response, and they're displaying it as they walk around town and hopefully displaying it when they get back to their home country, it's just so exciting.